Controversial footage showing a strange anomaly in Antarctica has recently been uploaded on Instagram by a group called UFO Scandinavia. The image shows a man zooming in on a high-definition satellite photo taken from mapping software Google Earth. The photo in question appears to show an enormous structure rising out of the ice, with a massive alien-like face, complete with a mouth, nose and staring eyes. The footage, which now has over 100,000 views online, has sparked heated debate online. Conspiracy theorist Blake Cousins of YouTube channel Third Phase of Moon has claimed that the vast structure could be something that was left behind by the ancient civilizations of Antarctica. This would link in with the long-held conspiracy theorist belief that an ancient civilization, possibly of alien origin, has lived or still does live under the Antarctic ice. Other comments on the video have been more level-headed, one explaining this is purely natural and random, looks like ice with cracks. Indeed, it has been suggested that seeing such alien faces both in Antarctica and elsewhere is the result of pareidolia, an effect which causes the brain to interpret random shapes as something recognizable. Examples of this misinterpretation would be when people see the face of Jesus on a piece of toast or a dragon in a cloud formation. In April 2019, Scott C. Waring, who runs the website UFO Sightings Daily, identified the face of ancient Greek philosopher Socrates on a NASA image of a rock on Mars. The previous month, Waring had identified buildings, towers, pyramids, and even some abandoned ships on photos of the asteroid Bennu, which orbits the Sun at around 63,000 miles per hour. All this despite the fact that Bennu is in fact only 1/3 of a mile, half a kilometer, wide at its equator. That is only slightly wider than the height of the Empire State Building. Few places in Peru are as intriguing and mysterious as the Marquehuasi Plateau. It's an eerie place containing many legends and strange stories of mysterious subterranean chambers, sightings of balls of light, or even encounters with unknown inner-earth beings. According to Peruvian explorer and philosopher Daniel Russo, the ancient people who built Marquehuasi were called the Masma, and apparently Peru was not their only home. The Masma carved Marquehuasi figures using an unknown molding technique before and after the Great Flood, which was long before the ancestors of the Incas. The strangest of all these carvings are gigantic figures up to 90 feet tall that date back thousands of years. There are also many sculptures depicting both men and animals like camels, horses, turtles, penguins, frogs, dogs, monkeys, seals, and others. Also to be found at Marquehuasi are a number of intriguing unexplored ancient subterranean caverns and tunnels. Another mysterious face is hidden deep within the southeastern Peruvian Amazon rainforest, carved into stone cliffs. Known as the face of the Amacarii, this mysterious ancient sculpture is said to have existed since the beginning of time. However, despite the fact that the face is well known from ancient myths, legends, and even expeditions which have managed to find it, its location is difficult to find these days and even harder to access. In 2015, UK filmmaker Paul Redman visited the stone sculpture together with a group of Harakbit tribesmen. The very existence of the carved face has been the stuff of legend, passed down for generations among Harakbit families, but few among their people had ever seen it. The remarkable Lady of Mali is a giant ancient rock sculpture located in Guinea, West Africa. The lady overlooks an almost inaccessible summit of Mount Lure, 1,500 meters up, and its full shape is clearly visible for miles around. The Lady of Mali appears to be a giant effigy of a female figure 150 meters high, with the head like a crown carved into a huge granite wall of rock, which in ancient times may have been the rocky shore of a lake or a sea, and been facing out towards the Atlantic Ocean. A mysterious giant face of unknown origins has been discovered carved on a remote island in Canada. Was it created and left as a message by one of the ancestors of the Sishaata tribe, or is it a natural formation? The face is almost 2 meters tall, and was discovered by Hank Gus, a beachkeeper from the Sisha-Ata First Nation tribe that owns the land. The face was first spotted in 2008, and Hank Gus has been searching for it ever since. Now he has finally found it. Hank said that he is not sure whether the curious face is an optical illusion created by Mother Nature or a message from his ancestors. According to local myth, a representation of the messenger of Viracocha, the creator of civilization, named Huiracochan or Juniper, is shown in the small village of Ollantaytambo, southern Peru. The face can be seen in the profile in the cliffs below Pinculuna Mountain, above the fortress at Ollantaytambo in the sacred valley of Incas, and is said to be that of the creator Huiracocha. Also, the majority of the tour guides who escort visitors through the sprawling temple fortress would have you believe. But this has not always been so. If you look through the collected works of the multitude of explorers, historians and archaeologists who have described Ollantaytambo in detail going back 167 years, there is no mention of the name. Before the 1990s, you'd be hard-pressed to find any mention of Huiracocha or any of the alternative names and spellings for the creator deity looming from the mountainside over this historic Inca settlement and ceremonial site. Not Juniper, not Viracocha, nor ceremonial site. The book used by guides to the site as a reference is The Sacred Valley of the Incas, Myths and Symbols by Fernando and Edgar Elorrieta in 1995. This book attempts to bring together Andean mythology and solar alignment and is full of illustrations to make the case for mystic images and hidden iconography contained in the megalithic architecture and surrounding landscapes of Inca and pre-Inca sites. In the book, the Elorrieta brothers identify, among other things, a lizard, 2 pumas, one upright, one crouching, and a cosmic bird at Machu Picchu, a flying condor at Pisac, and at Ollantaytambo, a condor, a sacred tree, 2 llamas, a corn cob, and most impressively of all, Huiracocha. However, in another book about the site called Exploring Cusco by Peter Frost in 1999, the author notes that it has become fashionable, almost dominant, to interpret the mysterious rock formation at Ollantaytambo as representing Huiracocha. Frost goes on to write, while Elorrieta's book offers some interesting observations concerning solar alignments and man-made features, the grand overarching symbolic scheme proposed here seems fanciful to this author. In the chronicles of the Augustan friar Antonio de la Calancha, 1584 to 1684, there is a passage that says that the first survivor of the deluge was Huiracocha, or the Juniper of the Titicaca Highlands, and those of the provinces of Cusco recognized him as his father and his god, and that he appeared in Tambo, a town next to Cusco, and that he went out through a window and became a stone to which they made great veneration. Later on in the work, Calancha says that the tradition of the people of Cusco and Tambo reported that Manco Capac, the mythical son of the sun god Inti and the progenitor of the Inca dynasty, had founded the first town in Tambo. Is it not more likely then that the mysterious image of the human head on the slope of Pinculuna is none other than the Inca creator god, Manco Capac? One can only wonder why ancient cultures carved such faces in the first place. Was it to honor their ancestors or their gods perhaps? Whatever their reason, sites such as this drive us on and inspire us to want to know more about history, ancient culture, and the reason why such monuments exist in the first place.